Magandang araw sa inyo mga kabansa. Kayo ay nasa Iparas kay Paras. At ito ang Nicolado Paglinawan na nagbubungad ng pagbati para sa aking kaibigan na si Eli Saludar
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
at para sa ating sekretary.
Magandang hapon, paring Ado, paring Eli, at of course, ang ating mga mahal na mga kababayan na nakikinig ngayon dito sa ating bansa. At magandang araw naman sa lahat ng mga kaibigan, mga kababayan din, no? Sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo na nakikinig din sa ating episode ngayong hapon, lalo na tungkol sa mga kabulastugan ng mga opisyales, ang pinamunuhan ni Marcos. Ang ating bansa ay nagkaletse-letse na at tingin natin palaki ng palaki ang protesta ng taong bayan. At I want to announce that it is already definite that ang Iglesia ni Cristo is finally also gathering its flock on the 16th, the 17th, and 18th of November. At I am still confirming that there will also be rally, or it will be joined by another group, the POJC. And narinig ko rin yung Jesus is Lord, who are also letting themselves be known to the people na they are not also just fence-sitter in this clamor of the people for Marcos to resign, mga kababayan.
Okay.
So, ito po, kamakailan lang, ito siguro pagbalik niya galing sa Kuala Lumpur, then sa APEC, sa Busan, Korea, kung saan naglulustay na naman ng pera, at doon naman sa dalawang bansa na yan, at sa ASEAN meeting, then followed by the APEC meeting, mukhang hindi maganda ang naging image ng ating bansa. Dahil sa mga nakapanood or nakaobserba sa mga aksyon ni Marcos doon, tila walang walang kaayusan or walang kabutihan ang napapala ng ating bansa. Puro lamang kahihiyan. Anong masasabi niyong dalawa tungkol dyan?
Pero may tatlong bansa ron sa ASEAN na naging tagumpay, naging zero, yung taripa.
Yes.
Di ba? Ano yun? Yung tatlong bansa?
Cambodia, Thailand, and Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysia, video mo. So, pero sa atin, parang pinagyayabang pa na hindi raw pwedeng gawing zero. Dahil pinoprotektahan natin ng agrikultura.
Ayaw niya. Ayaw niya na masiro ang tarifa.
O baka naman talagang ayaw lang pagbigyan na masiro.
Talaga kung hindi lang niya
justification lang yan kasi wala siyang kakayahan.
Alibay.
Alibay lang ng isang sidekick niya na wala namang saysay dahil wala namang kaalaman itong sidekick niya na itong Frederick Go na talagang sinasangga yung katotohanan tapos papalitan niya ng kasinungalingan. Unang-una yung napakabatikan na isang specialist in the stock exchange, naging presidente. Ngayon, kasalukuyang chairman ng Securities and Exchange Commission, si Francis Lim, na nagsasabi ng totoo. At ito ay sinuportahan ni Cecil Cora Guidote ng Central Bank, isa sa mga experts ng Bangko Sentral. Tapos anong sinasabi ni Tunggo? Itong Frederick Go. Hindi daw totoo ang nanggaling sa bibig ni Kasi ang alam natin ay pinatawag si Francisco at pinagsabihan yata na huwag kang magsasalita kasi sisirain mo yung image ng ating Pangulo, image ng ating bansa. So, tumahimik na lang pero ang nagsasalita itong walang alam na Frederick Go. Ngayon, dito naman sa tariff, nakakuha ang Indonesia, ang Malaysia, ang Thailand at saka Cambodia ng zero, pinipintasan niya na hindi naman daw applicable yan sa Pilipinas dahil ang sektor daw ng agriculture ay mapipinsala. Pero kung tanungin mo, ang bawat sektor ng bansa, yung isang expert, si Mr. Leco, yung si ECOP chairman, si
Sergio
Luis Ortiz. Sergio Luis Ortiz, na matagal na presidente or chairman of the board ng Exporters Confederation of the Philippines. Puro nagdadamdam bakit hindi tayo nakakuha ng reduction doon sa 19% na inimpose ng ating ally na Amerika. Bakit ally na pero walang silbi. Pina-stay natin yung kanilang basis sa Pilipinas pero wala ring siguro sabi ng karamihan, siguro yung messenger ay walang personalidad na makipaghagel kay Trump. So yun mga kababayan, itong si Frederick Go walang iba kundi magiging parati lang nagsasalita at kinukontra yung mga katotohanan.
Pero kung poprotektahan yung sektor ng agrikultura, siguro mas maunlad ng agriculture ng Thailand.
Yes.
'Di ba? Kumpara sa atin.
Kasi alam mo, it doesn't speak well as far as a lot of people is concerned. Kasi truth to tell, maski sinong mag-export doon sa Amerika, kung mataas yung tariff na pinapataw, common sense will tell you na ipapatong yan sa presyo ng bawat goods. So, paano nagiging hindi mabuti yung i-reduce yung tariff? So, itong Go na ito, Frederick Go, Mr. Frederick Go, wag mo namang
ginagago mo kami.
Ginagago mo ang mga Pilipino.
Mr. Frederick, ginagago mo kami.
Yung ang daming mga presidential advisor, ang Pangulo, parang sablay lahat
Bili
mo, katulad na to, isingit ko lang.
Okay.
Sa Cebu, ang dami namatay sa baha. Pero nag-iimbestiga sa Davao. Sino ba advisor ng Pangulo? Di ba?
At saka, sino ba yung pinadala doon? Yung police na Asurin na involved sa drugs. Kaya na during his time, yung mga kayang right-hand man sa PIDEG, yung si Domingo, at saka yung kanyang mga underlings, yung Mayo, they were all instructed by him. Tapos, where can you find such government that yung mga paltos, may mga bahid, yun ang mga nilalagay sa mga importanteng posisyon. Like ito si Babe Singson. Paano naman? Nung una, akala ko matino. Nung nalaman ko na ano pala ito, kasabot pala ni Momo, yung undersecretary si Momo, may mga usap-usapan na ito palang Momo ay kanyang BG. So, how can you have such kind of people? Tapos ito, kanina may kausap ako. Over lunch, isang regional director sa Mindanao. At nagko-complain tungkol dito sa itong Lakanilaw na pinupolitikan naman daw ang Land Transportation Office. Paano ba nalagay yan? May kaso yan sa ombudsman, di ba? Sinampahan ni Amy Marcos yan at nila Basti Duterte.
Ambassador daw yan sa
Ano
transnational.
naging ambassador yan? Sa pagmumukha lang bakit ang daming mga ganyan ang itsura mga kakampi ni Marcos? Yung Llamas, ganun ang itsura. Yung Dave Gomez, ganun ang itsura. Anong pangalan nito? Itong Lacanilaw. Oo. Puro walang buhok. Siguro kaya walang buhok yan dahil it goes without saying,
Isa raw ang hulmahan.
Isang hulmahan.
Mga payaso. Ha?
So, how can this administration will go on kung ganun ang mga tao mo
Mga estilo ni Frederick Gago, parang estilo rin ni Anticlair. Tabla lang ng tabla.
Well,
tabla
anyway,
lang ng tabla. Wala lang.
mayroong speech si Marcos right after he returned from very unsuccessful waste of money of the taxpayers kasi Trump will not even shake his hands. Tapos gusto namang pilitin yung makipagkamay siya kay Xi Jinping.
Tapos siya siraan.
Tapos yung siraan, makipagkamayan.
Galit.
Without protocol. So, tingnan mo itong pinagsasabi ngayon
Sabog na talaga.
McCoy Jr. na ito, na nag-press con ngayon. Okay, pakinggan natin.
President, this is with regard to the 2026 budget. Have you seen the approved House version of the 2026 budget? And having stated that you will veto any budget that is not aligned with your administration's priorities, do you find that version of the House acceptable?
I think that I'm hoping and I'm fairly confident that that's not going to be necessary, simply because that we have been involved, I have been involved as you can imagine, I have been involved in detail on the preparation, especially in the House, of the budget. And as far as we have been able to examine, there are no projects that are listed there. There are no items that are listed there that are outside of the socio-economic development plan of the Philippines and all the plans derived from that, i.e., kung saan pupunta yung FMR, kung saan pupunta yung school building, kung saan pupunta, all of these are all part of the general plan. So I do not think, from the last time that I saw the last version of the budget, wala naman akong nakita na humihiwalay doon sa plano ng national government. Kaya't hindi siguro kailangan mag-veto. Pero tignan natin kasi hindi pa tapos ang proseso. Dadaan pa sa Senado yan, dadaan pa sa BICAM, at titignan natin at titiyakin natin na ganun pa rin ang sinusundan na proseso na dapat nasa ilalim lahat ng ating plano para sa national na galing sa national government. And to further encourage transparency, I intend to live stream the BICAM. So that's what I told them already. There is no more small committee. Yung dating ginagawa, that they have a BICAM, then they suspend, then there's a small committee. Wala nang small committee. I have the agreement of the Senate President and the Speaker na ganun ang gagawin natin. We will live stream the entire process so that if there are questionable, shall we say, insertions or additions or all that, it will also be clear who moved, who made those changes or who proposed those changes, so that people will know. So that is what we have instituted, some new procedures. But you know, the BICAM is actually a public hearing, pero hindi ganun ang nasusunod. So because may small committee, so now it will be all out in the open.
Paring Ali, Paring Ado, sinasabi niya,
Dinidribble tayo nito.
wala daw siyang nakitang ibibito or papalitan.
So wala siya nakitang mali.
Wala siya nakitang mali. At dahil daw, he was involved. He was involved in the House, hearings or ano. Ito ba mayroon pa tayong separation of power? Una-una, paano ka magiging involved doon? That branch of government is independent from the executive. So how can you be involved? You mean to say,
Inaamin na niya
inaamin mo na ngayon
nadulas.
na
parang
may kinalaman siya rin sa
he admitted that in
kaguluhan.
2023, in 2024, in 2025, may kinalaman siya kasi sinasabi, inamin mo ngayon na involved ka sa budget. So nakikialam ka. So ibig sabihin, 2023, 2024, nakikialam ka rin. Kaya nga, doon sa 1.2 trillion, klaro-klaro na ina-admit mo ngayon na may kinalaman ka doon sa flood control funds na pinalustay mo sa DPWH through ghost and substandard projects. So, anong masasabi mo
So,
dito sa
Yung binabanggit ni BBM na yung House version sa ngayon okay. Kasi may unprogram pork battle.
mayroong unprogrammed fund na paano naging
So,
okay? So, mayroon kang okay sa iyo dahil may pork barrel ka na unprogrammed fund. Ikaw nagde-decide kung sino ang i-dispense mo, kanino mo i-dispense yung pera na yan.
Ganito nangyari dyan. Nung bumubungad pa lang yung 2026 budget, meron na mga alimurong na may questionable na 250 billion. So, ang ginawa nila, ni-realign nila. Yung iba nilagay nila sa education, yung iba nilagay nila sa health, yung iba nilagay nila sa agriculture, etc. Realignment. Pero, the next day, may sumulpot 250 billion din more or less unprogrammed funds.
Unprogrammed fund. So,
Ginugulo lang niya, pero binalik din niya. And this time, this is more dangerous.
siya na ang may
Control.
tangay nung
Siya na may hawak ngayon.
Siya na
Hindi
may
na
hawak.
Congress.
Hindi na Congress.
Siya na magmumugmud ngayon yan.
Kontrolado niya na.
Together
ganun
with
pa rin.
his darling, yung si Pangandaman.
Ang problema, he insists on...
Tapos, sasabihin niya ngayon, everything's just okay as far as, hindi na, feeling ko, hindi na kailangan magbito. But, are you
Hindi, sinabi niya
part of Congress? Kasi executive ka. Ikaw nagpapanalo kay Soto maging senador. So, aren't you now sounding off to Soto, to Lacson, and mga cohorts mo dyan sa Senado na, wag nyo nang pakialaman itong budget na ipasa sa House. Adapt nyo na lang yan kasi okay na sa akin yan eh. Hindi ba paling Eli? What can you say about that?
So, ganun ang mangyayari kasi parang ang mensahe niya ayos sa House version pag sa Senado, wag niyo nang guluhin.
Huwag nyo nang guluhin.
Parang
Tapos
Naayos ko na.
naayos ko na yan.
Naitago ko na maayos.
Huwag ka nang maggulo dyan, ha?
At sinuportahan ako ng House.
Wing Gatchalian, wag ka nang mag-inarte. Total, kasama ka naman sa grupo ni Soto na binindisyonan ko Tapos sasabihin pa niya, the BICAM will be,
Live stream.
transparent.
Live
Will be live stream. Ano pakialam mo doon sa BICAM? Member ka ba ng, The BICAM is a meeting of two
Senate and House.
branches. I mean, the one branch with two houses. So, ibig sabihin, ikaw magdidikta kung ita-transparent ba nila or hindi or what? You can suggest. Maybe you have a good suggestion, but you're saying again that you are
May kinalaman ka.
You're in control of Congress.
Yes.
So, in
Ikaw
other words,
talaga. You
yung
are-
2025 budget,
You're
you're
the
in
man.
totally control.
You the man.
You are the man. Sabi ni Carpio, you own it. You are responsible.
You're the man.
And
Determined.
By dispensing it, by releasing it, you have put blood into your hands.
You
na,
own.
na malustay. You own the blood in your hands.
You own up to it.
Oo.
Pero
Na
inamin niya naman
malustay at ma-plunder yung mga pera na yun.
Inamin niya naman, Sec, na may get sa 4,000 pages.
Oo.
'Di ba ng 2025 budget. Talagang binasa niya raw lahat.
Oo.
Talagang ni-review niya. 'Di ba sabi niya?
Pero despite that,
Pero wala raw siya nakita na na
Alam
mali.
mo, pagka may mga classmates tayo na basa ng basa, pero pagdating sa bar, hindi rin pumapasa. Binabasa daw sa exam. Ano, I've read the whole cases na assign sa atin. Well, pero pare, bakit fail ka? Ibig sabihin, binasa mo pero hindi mo naintindihan yung binabasa mo. Ganon itong tao nito, ang utak nito, kung sa Bisaya pa yan, yung bulinaw. Ano ba yung bulinaw? Yung isda na, ano ba yan? Yung dilis. Ang utak nito, utak dilis.
Musi.
Yung anak niya, utak, ano ba yun? Jellyfish, ano ba?
Dikya.
Dikya. Mga pamilya itong mga masipag magbasa pero walang na-absorb. Kaya kung may na-absorb ka pa, Marcos Jr., di siya, hinalang mo na yung excess from the NEP and the GAA. Pero nagyayabang kang binasa mo 4,000 pages and yet you did not absorb what you were reading. You are the most stupid president that ever had in this
Sa
country.
250 billion, binasa niya, na red flag na yan. May kaso pang pending sa Supreme Court. 29 lang ang binito niya. So sino may kasalanan?
Kaya nga, minsan, paano tumatama si Justice Carpio
Oo.
Paminsan-minsan.
Now, going to the issue. Pakinggan natin yung issue niya
Sa rally.
tungkol sa rally. Tungkol sa may mga itong si Maricel Halili, kung ano-ano mga tinatanong nito out of this world. Pero pakinggan pa rin natin yung sagot ni Marcos Jr. Okay.
Following the protest rally last September 21, there were talks about coup threats. There were calls coup threats, sir. There were calls for the uniformed personnel to withdraw their support from your administration. How confident are you that our uniformed personnels remain to be loyal to the administration, considering that we can expect more rallies until, I guess, November 30? Yes.
I'm never confident in that sense. In the sense that I know that you have to be very careful to keep everyone as part of the administration and in support of the administration, supportive of the administration. And so we are constantly talking to everyone and saying, is this? We are very open in our discussions, and whoever has any kind of grievance or have any kind of complaints, and who might be thinking of saying that this is not, we no longer agree with the administration. We always go to them and say, what can we do to accommodate your advocacy or some of the things that they would like the national government to do. And so that's what we are doing. And it doesn't serve any. It is dangerous for someone in my position to be complacent and to say, don't worry, everybody. Kung may reklamo, bukas naman kami. Sige, magreklamo kayo, sabihan nyo sa amin. If it's something that we have to attend to, we will. Because we try to listen to everyone. And so that's the only way. That's the only real way that you can keep the support of people in different sectors. So when you ask me how confident I am, all I can say is that in our assessment, we are still very much, the administration is still very much on solid ground in terms of support from the different sectors of society. However, we work very hard to continue to earn that support from them. We know that because they voted for you in the last election, that nothing will change. Hanggang kamatayan, yan na yun. Hindi naman ganun yan. Politics is a very variable, very volatile exercise. And so, what I can say is that we are confident that the important sectors of society, the power centers of society and of the administration are very supportive still of the advocacies of the administration, the programs of the administration. And we will continue to work very hard to make sure that we are doing what people want. And that's the most important thing. So, yeah, that's the long answer to that.
Alam nyo, okay daw magreklamo. Sabihin lang sa kanya. Nung nagreklamo si Kibuloy, pinadala niya ng 5,000 pulis sa Davao. Nung nagreklamo si Duterte, kinidnap niya at pinadala niya sa Daig. So ano yung pinagsasabi nitong tekmul na ito? Hindi ko maintindihan.
Applying this to his statement that the government daw will act on any clamor against the government in terms of how the government manage the affairs, no? Hindi ka ba natitinag? Hindi ka ba, bulag ka ba? The rallies has been going on. The September 21 rally, that's a very large rally. Expressing corruption. At ang daming sinasabi ng mga rallies that we will not stop until we see any guilty persons. We see any people hurled to justice and are imprisoned. Pero sinasabi niya wala pa rin. Now, if indeed ikaw, stable yung gobyerno mo, bakit ito na naman? There will be a 16, 17, 18, napakalaki na mga grupo.
May 30
Then there will be November 30. So, if you are thinking that your government has restored the economy, then why would people still, and this is even getting bigger and bigger, itong crowd.
Kaya nga nagpupunta sa kalye mga tao, desperado na sa kanya. Last resort na ang ginagawa ng mga tao. Hindi.
In fact,
they've given you up, man.
In fact, the rally has not even ripened to civil disobedience. When people start
Malapit na
ringing bells,
Malapit
this
na.
is very ominous of what transpired during the time of his very magnanakaw na tatay, yung Marcos Sr. But yun, umabot na ng bells ringing every 6 p.m. There is clamor for not paying their taxes.
Noise barrage.
Noise barrage. Wala pa nga yan eh. Ito preliminaries pa lang itong mga rally in the hope that you will go down.
Amicably.
Until such time na you will be like your father, and Duterte said that there will come a day that you will be hurled just like your father.
Baka magkatotoo nga, sinabi ni FPRD.
Kasi nagbago ngayon ng sinasabi nila, I think they were confident that during the time of Biden, talagang protektado siya ng Amerika. The CIA were there and naka-abang and
You have no
Pero
backup now, boy.
This is a Trump administration.
Iba ito mag-isip
Iba si Trump. Hindi ka nga kinamayan ni Trump eh. Marami na ditong mga nilustay na pera ng Amerika na pinag-withdraw na. Yung USAID. Yung mga ibang mga organization dyan funded by the United States. Doon sa DOGE, tinatanggal na yung mga mga support na yan. And according
In fact,
to yung $5 million hindi dumating.
In fact, kinakalampag na siya ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Nasa na yung pinangako ni Biden na $500 million?
Ano ba nangyari doon?
2023 pa dapat yun. So, sa
Hindi na
100
napalo?
million every year yun. Pangatlong year na ngayon. Oh, so dapat 300 million
Million
na.
na.
At marami nang nabili dapat si Gibo at saka si Brown na ng mga equipment. Hanggang ngayon, ang dinideliver
Do you
nila.
really think that that will be forthcoming? I don't think so because the
malabo na.
Sarado nga ang gobyerno ng
United
US.
States had sent people to the ICI and had examined how much extent does the corruption
Wala nang level.
by congressmen, senators, and by the alter ego Marcos, the Department of Public Works.
Nobody
So,
trusts
sabihin na
you
ng Amerika yan,
anymore.
diba kilustayin lang niyo yung pera na,
Another 500 million loan from South Korea. O, kagagaling lang yan ng South Korea. Bakit hindi yan diniscuss with the President? Mr. President, why did you withdraw the $500 million loan that was on standby for our infrastructure projects?
So parang iniiwasan nga siya rin, no?
Iniwasan nga siya. Iniiwasan siya sa ASEAN, iniiwasan din siya sa APEC.
So, yung tanong ni Halile, ni Maricel Halile, he answered it head on, but with certain admission that people are really already mad with the government. And so many people are raising hell in particular sa kanya. Kasi siya yung source ng pera, nirelease niya, pinirmahan muna niya yung GEA, nirelease niya, at ngayon dito sa kanyang speech, he admitted that
Nakikialam siya.
nakikialam naman talaga
And
siya.
in control siya.
And he is involved. Sabi niya, I'm now involved with Congress. So, when was that time that you were not involved? You were involved in 2023. Kasabwat mo si Martin Romualdez, si Saldico. Magkasabwat kayo. Do you really think Martin Romualdez will touch any money there without getting permission from you na Mr. President, mag-insert kami ng marami. Okay ka ba? Huwag ka mag-alala, mayroon ka naman eh. Di ba? Ganun siguro ang usapan yan. No. Kaya nga ayaw nila na ipatawag si Saldico. Why? Because Saldi will say, ako naman inutusan talaga akong kumamada eh.
Nagponente lang kung paano kamada. Pero dito sa kabila niya, di ba, tindi ng issue sa corruption. Tapos yung mga mamayan, dahil sa galit na nga sa corruption, taas pa ng bilihin. Di ba sa kuryente? Lahat, yung produktong petrolyo, tumaas na naman, halos 3 piso. So,
Interrelated ito
grabe
lahat,
yung hirap
parang
ng buhay natin. Talagang grabe.
Interrelated ito because inflation,
Yan.
right,
Yung sa pes-
unemployment. Di ba yung sinasabi from 40 or 30% of the families have declared they are poor. It risen to 50% of Filipino families are in dire strait. Pobreng-pobre sila, ang sabi nila. Kami pobreng-pobre. And unemployment has risen. And contrary to what's happening in the ground, they are lying to the people. They always say na, hindi, totoo, tumaas ang natin, tumaas ang economy, tumaas ang growth rate. Paano naman tumaas? You ask now every businessman, kung sasabihin sa iyo na maayos sila, yung bago lang, yung tungkol sa exchange rate.
Bagsak ang piso natin.
$1 is equivalent to depende kung saan ka mag-ano.
At least average 59.
Pinaka minimum 59.
Nag-average.
Ito, Western Union,
Mm.
58.85.
Oh,
Eh, di 59.
Always, ay, average siya,
Halos
nag-average.
59. So, ano bang
Mababa ito
Ano
kasi
bang
legit
effect
eh.
niyan? From 56 to 59, anong effect niyan sa ating economy? Anong effect
Grabe.
niyan sa purchase value ng peso?
Kung ikaw ay may factory, dati nagagawa mo yun sa 55. Ngayon may 3-4 na piso ng patong sa cost mo. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng higher peso to the dollar.
Oh, tsaka yung ano, yung ngayon, ang taas ng presyo ng produktong petrolyo. Ako nagtataka, dati, ang diesel at gasolina, hindi mo yung pagkukumpara yan eh. Kaya marami bumibili ng diesel na
No.
auto dahil mas mura.
Kotse.
Ay, mas mahal
Ngayon,
pa.
mas mahal pa.
Mas
Ano
mahal
nangyari? So, ang, di ba,
Karamihan ng public transport diesel.
kasi deregulated na raw yung industriya ng langis eh. Pero yung mga regulator, mukhang regulated eh.
Di ba? Yung
Ng mga kumpanya ng langis.
sinampahan nga ng
Yung mga
kaso yung
regulators,
Secretary of
insertions.
Energy just recently.
Ah.
Ha? Oo.
Nakademanda yung DOE secretary.
So, mga kababayan,
May galing. Ano ba
with
ito?
due respect, hindi naman nothing personal against Marcos. We know that mabait daw na tao ito si Marcos. Ako, in the past, I've met him several times. In fact, during his proclamation, I attended. In fact, I spoke with him, and I suggested that, Mr. President, I'd like to suggest being a former chairman of the board ng PNOCEC. Malaking pera na ma-produce ang gobyerno dyan by rebidding. Instead of giving it again, extending the concession to Shell at Chevron, which is now being taken over by Dennis Uy and
I-rebid.
Mr. Pacman, itong tisoy na Pacman, i-rebid para we can. Pero what did he do? He accommodated the Pacman. Until now, he has not reviewed the things that Al-Qusi did. Na,
Kung
alam mo,
kaya-
ang dali nang gawin nun, kasi may pera ang gobyerno eh. Itong nilustay lang sa flood control, they could have easily bought the shares of Petron and Shell and 100% the PNOC will now be controlled by the government.
Back to the government.
Can you imagine how much money will be ROI to the country?
But
Oh.
how,
Pati yung sa ano?
wala eh.
Okay,
Binagbigyan niya yung crony.
how can I say no
Talagang
to
bobo
Enrique
talaga itong tao
Rason?
na to, ha?
How can I say no to Enrique Rason naman?
Oo, malaki kasi nilagay.
Yung sa ano rin, yung kumusta natin, sa Maharlika.
Oh, yun. Yung pa
Oh,
isa.
ano nangyari?
Oh, ano nangyari
Tapos ang
na
sabi
doon?
nga, mag-i-invest rin sa,
Kung hindi ba,
NGCP.
where can you find a stupid person like this? Where can you find well, I would even say crazy. Because DBP and Land Bank are already established
Liquid.
institution. They have clients. They can raise money.
Oh.
Whatever amount that they have, they can double it or triple it. Pero gagawa ka ng kumpanya, mag-hire ka na naman ng personnel, expenditures na naman yan sa gobyerno, tapos yun ang bibigyan mo ng task to
Bago.
Meron
Kukunin mo rin sa establish.
mabuti sana kung galing sa surplus. Hindi mo pakialaman yung DBP,
Tama.
Land Bank, GSIS, SSS.
Simply.
Kasi naka ano na yan eh, naka-fix na yung mga pera na yan. May mga ano na yan sila, may mga plans and programs for those amount of
Di sana
money. The farmers will be able to borrow money from Land Bank.
Sana-
Kukunin mo, you have deprived the farmers.
Inalis
Kukunin
niya
mo,
eh.
you have deprived other entrepreneurs. Tapos ilalagay mo dito, ipapahiram mo lang doon kay Big Boy C doon sa Transco, ipahiram mo doon sa kung ano-anong mga kumpanya na these companies can borrow from elsewhere.
Dami sablay, no? GSIS din.
Eh kung ang land bank,
GSIS, 8.8 billion ang nalustay.
ang land bank,
Tapos,
at saka DBP could have issued bonds. And people would have bought from LDP, from Land Bank, and DBP, kasi stable sila.
Yes.
Ang laki ng reserve nila. So, yung trust, bibili. So, you will create additional liquidity. Eh, hindi. Instead of doing that, kinuha niya yung pera ng dalawang malaking bangko at nilagay niya rito
Invest
sa
niya.
kaibigan
Kung
niya.
di ba bobo, stupido, wala nang ibang
Ay, naku.
wala na talagang ibang ano nito, comparable in terms of
Okay.
Okay, I
okay,
think
so yun lang po mga kababayan.
we've run out of time. So, huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa Iparas kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat.